welcome to my 12 days of sewing Christmas gifts to give. Today is day 5 and we are going to be working on these cute little slim wallets with 2 pockets in them. I have the easiest pattern for you to use, so let's get sewing. Step 1, we're going to need to fuse the interfacing onto the back of the fabric. So go ahead and get your iron ready and go ahead and fuse that on. Now that we have the interfacing ironed on, let's make some lines so we know where to make our folds. Your first line is going to be 6 inches from this end. So go ahead and measure 6 inches from this end. Then we're going to measure 8.5 inches from that end. And then we're going to measure 11 from that end. Now I can draw my lines. Alright, so once you have your lines drawn, we'll get set to do our folding. The first fold you're going to make is from this end here. Take this end and match it up with that line. You want to make sure your side edges are all good, staying nice and in line. So press that one down. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to flip it over and I am going to fold back on that other line, this line right here that we folded it to. Little line there, see that? We want to fold it on that line straight across. Your ends should all match. So I have them all matched up down here, so when I press on it, let me show you that. They're right there. Okay? Once we have that done, and you also, excuse me, I gotta reach here. You might want to have a couple of clips just to help you keep everything lined up and in order. All right, so now that we have that done, I'm going to fold it back over, and now I got to fold it on this line, and I got to bring it back towards the pocket. So I'm going to make a little crease there on my ruler. I'm also going to make a little crease here, all right, to fold that back. This is going to make the second pocket. And as long as you have it, you like the way it looks from this line here, this fold here to this fold, you're going to be good. So just kind of just get all your edges so that your edges match up on the side here. Go ahead and clip those back. Same thing over here. Make sure that's all lined up over there and clip those back. All right, so now we have our 2 pockets kind of formed. I'm going to take this end and we'll bring it this way because there's another line here. See that line? We're going to fold on that line and everything should line up nice down here, all our folds together with that line straight across. I'm going to press it. All right, I'm going to take these clips out, re-clip, clip. Now the biggest thing is you want these side edges all to line up on both sides. You don't want to be all wonky. And so mine are kind of lining up pretty good here. I'm going to keep that as it is. Last fold you're going to make is take this and fold it down to the end. So we're going to be all set here. Everything is lined up. Clip again. Whoop. And there, baby. Now all I need to do is sew a 1/4 inch down this side, back stitch up here, straight down, back stitch down here. Same thing on the other side as well. My 2 quick seams are sewn, and now all we're going to do is trim them down. I'm going to use my pinking shears. You don't have to. First, I'm going to kind of do my corners. Just do not snip your stitches. Let me do that first. we are ready to do some flipping and turning now that we're all trimmed. So you're going to come in here to the two that are right sides together here. All right, we're not going to worry about the other. And we need to flip out these corners here. So come up, get a corner. We'll use a pokey tool to get them nice and crisp. Afterwards, get the same one here. Bring that through. Go ahead and flip it. So we have the colorful side out, the right side out. Okay, and then you can use your little pokey tool. I use my stick here. Go back up in the right spot. If you go into the pocket, you won't get very far, so you'll know when you're in the right spot. Kind of get your corner out up there. Get my corner out up here. It's all good. So that was one flip, and you're like, wait, but where's the little pocket here? The little pocket's in here. We're not done flipping. So once you flip it like that, get your corners out. Now we're going to flip it again. This time, take your pockets. I have both pockets here. Tuck in these corners here. Put them inside. All right, you'll use your pokey tool to get those corners down in there. You can work on that. Here you can see I have my pockets right here. First one, second one. Go ahead, work your corners out, and then go give it a good press. Okay, I have it all pressed. I think I may have nicked one of my little stitches here. I have some fraying there, so I'm going to fix it with some needle and thread. Hold that together. Just letting you know, people make mistakes. It's okay. All right, we are going to sew. I'm going to use my pointer here. 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Do some nice top stitching until we get back to the top of this pocket. All right, I got my top stitching done. The last step is we're going to add the snaps here. This is a set of snaps that I got on Amazon with this Kam. I also got the tool to do it. It came with a couple other tools and things to change in here. I have used this a lot to make a ton of wallets, so it comes in handy. Worth the investment. All right, let's get busy here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take your wallet. We need to find the middle mark, so I'm going to take that top part, and I am going to kind of crease it there. And I'm going to come up about 1/2 inch. It's kind of right there by my candy here. So I'm going to just see it right there. And I'm going to take this little tool that came with the kit. It will pierce that. So I'm going to pierce that down. But I also, when I fold this down to where I want it, it will also kind of help me put a mark where I want it on the inside. So you can see basically it's right there. The point of the tool came out right here. And so I'll pierce that little layer. That's the front pocket. All right. The way this works, you have each snap has 2. This is like the female end, that's like the male end. So let's start with this one on the outside. I want this pretty button on the outside. If I can manage to get it in my hand, I'm going to put it through the hole I just made. All right, and I am going to put this end on there. And when I squeeze it, it just makes that point rounded so it can't come out. So you put the button side on the black, squeeze, and that one's in there. Now let's do the one down low. I already made my hole. Put the pointy thing inside to come out because I need this to click onto what we put here. And then this is going to go on. And once again, get that little black button part in here with the flat part. Squeeze. And it just rounded that so that won't come out. And now this one will snap in there. And now that you have your wallet sewn, let's talk about ways that you can use this as a gift. One of the things when I sold these down at a gift shop, we used to have gift cards. People would buy and put gift cards in them for a loved one. But the best gift of all is always some cash. So make a few of these, stick some cash in them, and give them as gifts for us stocking stuffers. Happy sewing.